So, continuing on from my previous video, I then went on to nature. And when I went to nature, I started having certain epiphanies. I started learning certain things. I started learning about how different schools of thought have been separated from the absolute truth that is God and from the absolute truth that is the Bible. That before I became a Christian, I used to study like yin and yang philosophies and learning about the masculine and the feminine and learning about nature and learning about shamanism, and in South Africa they call it like being a sangoma or those type of things. So that's what I was learning about before I became a Christian and what I've come to learn. So the book of Romans, is it the book of Romans? But the book of Romans tells us that it is the book of Romans. So the book of Romans tells us that within the human there is a conscience, there is a standard of morality, there is a standard of ethics, that when you do something is right, or that something is right or wrong based on how you feel. There is a conviction of some sort where you're like, I'm stealing here, I feel bad, or I'm about to lie, I'm about to kill, I'm about to rape, I feel bad. I feel like something is wrong. Something is telling me not to do it. And that there's a resonance of truth within the human being. So we cannot say that there's a debate about whether there's a standard of ethics or a standard of morality, that it's just subjective. No. We all know that there's a right and wrong. But when we start debating whether there's right or wrong, this is where we start allowing room for criminality and injustice. And so obviously, this is what I ask you to kind of listen to as you watch my videos. That what is your intuition telling you about what I'm saying? Would a grown woman really come on here and try and just spew lies for clout? So I went on to nature and I started seeing how the different schools of thought started coalescing, they started connecting, and they all led to the Bible. And started learning that shamanism, it's actually in the Bible, that shamanism is when we refuse to accept that there's Jesus Christ. So shamanism is a copy from the rituals that were given to Moses in the Bible. And shamanism talks about invoking nature and the spirits of nature. And the spirits of nature are called seraphim. So what is known as seraphim, what we call angels, the book of Hebrews talks about angels being messengers. And nature is a messenger. And so when we talk about ancestors and we talk about those who've left us, when people die, they're dead. However, the people who practice shamanism understand that when they talk about ancestors, they're talking about nature. And I'm going to pause here because my battery's about to die. So I'm probably going to resume in my room with the phone on the charger. So yeah.